80% of blisters come from boots that fit fine in the store and fall apart at mile 8. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which boot under $200 to buy for your terrain and which two to walk past no matter how good the reviews look. We ranked every major contender worst to best, and there's one clear winner. If you've ever finished a hike limping because your boots betrayed you on the descent, hit like. That's the exact failure we're killing today. Gear Made Simple is where we do the research before you spend $1 on gear. Every trail-tested Tuesday, we take one category, pull the spec sheets and the community data, and hand you the verdict. If you're new, subscribe. This is the channel that tells you what to skip, not just what to buy. This is Budget Adventure Series, Episode 3. Last episode, we built the under $150 sleep system that keeps you warm without the ultralight tax. This episode, we cover the one piece of gear that, if you get it wrong, ends the trip on the spot: your boots. Here's the problem with buying boots under $200. The worst failures never show up in the store. The break-in pain you feel at mile 6 wasn't there on the carpet. The sole that delaminates after one wet season was glued, not stitched, and the brand doesn't put glued on the box. And the waterproof membrane everyone brags about? It's the same membrane that turns your boot into a sealed bucket the moment water comes over the top. You could buy the wrong pair tonight, hike once, and be back online in 2 weeks looking at the exact same shelf, $160 lighter with a heel that's still healing. Here's how we ranked them. We pull the manufacturer spec sheets on every boot: outsole compound, lug depth, upper material, waterproof construction, stack height, and listed weight. Then cross-check those claims against community data from r/hiking, r/camping, r/ultralight, and r/backpacking across more than 400 threads. We filtered specifically for the words that matter: delaminated, blister, wet feet, fell apart. Standard Gear Made Simple disclosure: Grant has not personally hiked these. In fact, Grant hasn't hiked anything in 3 years. But 400 threads is 400 real trips worth of failure reports, which beats any one reviewer's 2 weekends. The specs are published. The complaints are public. We just put them in order. Tier D, skip these entirely. I'm not naming the 2 worst boots in this category because the point isn't to roast a brand. It's to teach you the pattern. Both shared the same tell: a fully glued sole instead of a stitched or welted one, a non-replaceable insole that compresses flat inside 200 miles, and lug depth under 4 millimeters that the community repeatedly described as ice skates on wet granite. If a boot under $200 hides its sole construction and lug depth in the marketing, assume it's hiding it for a reason. That's the rule. Move on. Tier C, only if it's on deep sale. This tier is the fashion hiker. Boots that look rugged and photograph great, but show up in our hiking threads under one repeated complaint: heavy and hot. Listed weight over 2.6 pounds per pair. A stiff full grain upper with almost no flex, and a waterproof liner with no ventilation. So community reports describe sweat-soaked socks even on cool days. Who this is for: someone walking flat, dry, groomed paths twice a year and nothing more. Who should skip it? Anyone covering real mileage or any incline. At full price, it's a hard no. At 50% off, it's a maybe. Tier B, solid, specific, worth it for the right foot. The Keen Targhee, call it around $165. This is the wide foot specialist, and the community is loud and consistent about it. 3 data points. 1. Keen's signature toe box is measurably roomier than the category average, and our hiking threads from wide-footed hikers repeatedly call it the only boot that doesn't crush my toes. 2. The outsole runs 4 to 5 millimeter lugs with reliable grip reports on mixed terrain. 3. The trade-off that shows up in the same threads. It's a heavier, warmer boot listed near 2.4 pounds per pair and runs hot in summer heat. Who the Targhee is for: wide or high-volume feet that get blisters and everything else. This is your boot, full stop. Who should skip it? Narrow feet who'll swim in it, and anyone hiking hot climate summer mileage who'll cook in it. If the toe box has always been your problem, the search ends here. Tier A, the aggressive terrain pick. The Salomon X. Call it around 190. This is the boot for people who go up and come down fast. 3 data points. 1. The aggressive deep lug outsole earns the most grip on loose scree and wet rock praise of anything in the under $200 field. Descent confidence is the recurring word. 2. It's the lightest serious boot here, listed near 2.0 pounds per pair, which community reports tie directly to less leg fatigue on long days. 3. The documented trade-off, a snugger performance last, so R ultralight and R/hiking threads worn wide feet to size carefully or look elsewhere. Who the Salomon X is for? Technical terrain, steep descents, fast and light hikers who want a boot that disappears on their foot. Who should skip it? Wide feet and anyone who wants a plush, forgiving all-day cruiser. This boot is sharper than that. Tier S, the clear winner for most people. The Merrell Moab. Call it around $150. And it's the most recommended hiking boot in budget threads for a reason that's almost boring. It does everything well and nothing badly. 3 data points. 1. It's the single most mentioned first real hiking boot across the 4 subreddits we analyzed. The default answer to, what should a beginner buy? 2. The break-in complaints that dominate other boots are nearly absent here. The repeated phrase is, comfortable out of the box, which for a hiking boot is rare. 3. A medium width fit that the widest slice of the community reports as just works, with grip and durability described as dependable rather than flashy. Who the Merrell Moab is for? Almost everyone. First boot, day hiker, weekend backpacker, normal to medium foot. This is the safe, smart, do-it-all buy. Who should skip it? Only the extremes. Very wide feet go Keen. Hardcore technical descenders go Salomon. Everybody in the middle, which is most of you, buys the Moab and stops shopping. Before the final verdict, Grant, who owns 9 pairs of boots and has not been on a trail since the Obama-adjacent past, built the one thing he's actually qualified to make: the complete beginner's camping gear list, broken down by budget, so you buy in the right order and don't end up with a closet like his. It's free at gearmadesimple.com/kit. That's the full kit checklist. Link in the description. Take the list, skip the regret. Here's your verdict by who you are. If your feet are wide and every boot crushes your toes, buy the Keen Targhee, around $165, and the blister problem ends. If you hammer steep, technical, wet terrain and want light and grippy, buy the Salomon X, around $190, the descent specialist. And if you're like most people, a normal foot, day hikes, and weekend trips, buy the Merrell Moab at around $150 and stop overthinking it. That's the winner. These are spring 2026 prices, and boot pricing moves with the season. The deals you see at the start of hiking season are not the deals you'll see in July. Direct links to all 3 are in the description. 6 months from now, you can be the person who finished the trail grinning at the trailhead beer, instead of the person who limped back to the car at mile 4. The boot is the difference. That covers the boots. But here's the thing nobody warns you about. You can buy the perfect boot and still get shredded by mile 8 if your socks are wrong. Cotton socks are the silent blister machine, and the right sock is more specific than you think. That's the next episode in the Budget Adventure series. If this saved you from a $160 mistake, the like button is right there. Grab the free Complete Beginner's Camping Gear list at gearmadesimple.com/kit. It tells you exactly what to buy first, so you don't end up with Grant's closet. And subscribe. Episode 4, the sock and blister breakdown that makes any boot fit better, drops next trail-tested Tuesday.